Hello, Washington Drive friends. It's Dr. G coming at you from my basement because today we had remote learning. And I thought today and this week would be a great time to tackle the idea of problems. And we've been facing a lot of different problems throughout this past year. Even all of you have helped us really do some really hard things because we've had some big problems in the world. And I think it's important when we talk about problems to be able to measure a problem, to be able to kind of say whether it's a small problem, a medium problem, or a big problem. Do you know why that's important? It's important because can become a mental tool for us. It becomes a superpower when we can start to understand that something that feels really big is not really a big problem. It helps us be able to calm down. It helps us be able to find solutions to problems. And again, it just gives us a tool for being able to look at any problem we face in our lives. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now because I want to show you something. I created a little visual for us here. And let me see if I can find a little mouse thing here. Okay, so down here, we have a small problem. A small problem usually only affects one or two people. There's usually a quick, clear solution. The problem can usually get solved pretty easily. It lasts a very short time. You can solve the problem and calm yourself usually. There's no danger involved. And this is a problem many people might just ignore. They get over it really quickly and they just move on. The next one is a medium problem. This may affect only one person or a small group of people. When you have a medium problem, you might need some help brainstorming and talking about a solution. Another person usually can help us decide what is the best solution or help us come up with a solution. It lasts a little bit more time, maybe a few hours, maybe a few days, maybe even a week or two. And during a medium problem, we might experience some uncomfortable feelings or emotions. And then here we go. We got the big one here. This is the big problem. This usually affects many people. There is not a quick and clear solution right away. A big problem could last a very long time. The solution may take a long time to come to. There may be danger involved, and you may experience some very big feelings or emotions when you're dealing with a big problem. So I would like you from now on to start thinking of problems that come up in your life. Is it a small problem, a medium problem, or a big problem? Let me stop sharing with you here. And the read aloud we're going to do today is, what do you do with a problem? This is actually the very first read aloud I created last year when we went on quarantine. And we were talking about then, how are we going to face a problem? And what is a problem? And it turns out this pandemic, this COVID-19 virus that we've had to deal with has become a big problem. It's been a big problem for the entire world. But we have learned so much from it. And I thought today was a great example because today, Dr. Manning, our superintendent, found that there was going to be a problem. There was going to be a lot of traffic around town. It was going to prevent the buses from being able to drop kids off on time, and it was going to affect the entire school district. So Dr. Manning thought, what can we do? And he came up with a great solution. We all went to remote learning today. And the reason we all knew how to just jump on our computers and do remote learning is because we practiced doing this very hard thing last year when we were all home for 3 months. So today, Dr. Manning helped us Pivot. Remember, when we talk about pivoting, we find another way of doing something. So instead of having to cancel our day of school, which would have probably taken away a day from vacation from Memorial Day weekend, he said, no, let's just have school at home. And that way we don't have to worry about anyone traveling anywhere, no traffic jams, and we can still be together even though we're apart. So there's a great example of a very big problem that helped us learn and pivot, and we were able to use it today. So all of you, give yourself a big pat on the back because we did some very hard things and we learned some really big things in this past year. And as a result, we were able to solve a really big problem today, along with Dr. Manning and Mrs. McNally and Mrs. Neer's help. They organized the whole thing, and all your teachers too. Everybody did some planning and we did a great job. So enjoy the read aloud. And then I will leave a copy of the small, medium, and big problem that maybe your teachers or your grown up at home can print out. And there's no direct homework right now. There's no activity you have to do right now. But what I do want you to do is the next time there's a problem, maybe you go to your teacher right away. Your teacher says, I want you to think about that. Is that a small, medium, or big problem? And see if you can solve it yourself. See if you can define whether it's a small problem and I can come up with a solution myself. Because small problems can be solved usually pretty easily. And all of you are getting really good at solving problems and doing hard things. So let's practice. From now on, whenever there's a problem, I want you to think in your mind, is this small, medium, or big? And then how can I go about keeping myself calm and solving the problem? You've been doing such a great job all year. Keep up the great work. And there's no video after. This is it. So just look at the visual again. Talk about it with your grown-ups at home and with your teacher and your classmate. Have a class chat. And let's learn to use this tool for the rest of our lives. All right, Washington Drive, go get them. You are all amazing. And I will see you tomorrow in the hallways for Wellness Wednesday. Bye, everyone.